So the Cavs beat up on the Kings last night. They're now the 5th seed in the East. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They've won 3 in a row. And I know you're expecting the Evan Mobley, Jared Allen show in this video. Yeah, it's coming, but it's not the only thing. I mean, here Darius Garland gets the strip or the block or whatever that is on De'Aaron Fox. Here, Alex Len attempts to attack what he believes to be a mismatch on Isaac Okoro. That's a no-go. Here's another Okoro possession for you where he does a good job sticking to Halliburton, forcing that awkward floater thing. Another really nice Okoro possession where he jets out to Harrison Barnes, but then gets back to Halliburton to get an okay contest. And here's your first Mobley defensive possession. I don't even know if he did a whole lot, but I think his presence did a lot. So you'll notice that he was totally ignoring Marvin Bagley. And is it a coincidence that Tristan Thompson chose to go with this floater with Mobley and Kevin Love right under the rim? I don't know. I feel like this play just shows how big this team is. Mobley's not even in the game. You get Jared Allen who contests the lob pass, and then you have Markkanen who gets the extra swipe at it. I mean, 2 7-footers making a play at the rim. Now this one you do get some more Evan Mobley. So Harrison Barnes is going to take Jared Allen off the dribble. Harrison, I'm sorry, but you're going nowhere, man. It's just not going to happen. And we'll look at some other games besides just this one for him, but I want to talk about Isaac Okoro for a bit as he gets that nice catch and shoot from Markkanen. So obviously Okoro's offense is not where you want it to be right now, especially when it comes to shooting. That said, I don't think it's a big deal at this moment, especially because when he's in there with Mobley and Allen, it's still a positive net rating, so it's not like he's killing them, and obviously he does other things well. And the defense is already awesome, and you just hope, you hope between the shooting or just making some sort of plays off the dribble, attacking closeouts, simply making plays in transition like this, that can be enough. Let's check out the T-Wolves game. Look at Mobley's contest on this Towns 3. He gets around that screen like it's nothing. Here he gets wrapped up by Jared Allen. I'm sure Towns will say there was a foul there. And speaking of Isaac Okoro again, hey, if he can do this stuff, great. The T-Wolves ran a pin down for Edwards. It got him a driving lane. Jared Allen was there to meet him. Now, luckily for Edwards, this time, Jared Allen's not in the game. Unluckily, Evan Mobley still was. Now let's talk about Markkanen, who was really good in this game. He had 19 points on great efficiency. The move's looking pretty good, and it was not liked when it happened. And I mean, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it as much as other people did, but I was like, well, this is going to be awkward. But man, even with Markkanen shooting not being amazing this season, it's still been fine, which this team did need. But also, I mean, they're just a massive team, dude. They're just rolling out multiple 7-footers like it's nothing, and they all fit. Also, running Markkanen in these types of actions is good. And now I finally get to Garland. No, I did not forget about him, don't worry. Darius Garland is beginning to fill out the template for the type of point guard you want nowadays, which is awesome from 3, good on pull-ups, and of course he knows how to work around a screen. In his first 2 seasons, about 70% of Garland's threes were assisted. This year it's down to 49%, which shows that, well, he's taking more threes similar to this one, where he's just creating something out of nothing, or he's pulling up off of a screen. I know I said this stat in a previous video, but I just want to repeat it. He's shooting over 50% from mid-range. Is that going to hold up? I mean, most likely no. If it does, then he's the new Chris Paul. But it's a great sign nonetheless. And also, when it comes to his passing, I think Garland's ceiling could be pretty high. He's had a number of 10-plus assists games this year. The one thing you can say to counter all of that is, especially without Sexton, there's not a lot of ball handlers on this team. It's pretty much Garland and then Ricky Rubio, so somebody's got to get the assists. Even so, call me crazy, I think he's got more to him as a passer. He is also averaging about 4 turnovers a game, so he's not perfect right now, but I think he's going in the right direction as a passer. Should probably talk about Allen and Mobley's offense a bit. My favorite thing with Jared Allen is these array of hook shots that he's been busting out this season. Besides, of course, the obvious that he's a constant lob threat and amazing at finishing around the rim. And as for Mobley, listen, man, I don't know what the hell this dude's ceiling is. The signs as a shooter, in the post, stuff rolling to the rim, I mean, my goodness. And if all that wasn't enough, there are signs that he could grow to be a very good passer as well. Let's check out Thybulle's defense on Steph Curry. Here he fights around the screen and blocks him. It happens pretty quickly. That's Bielitsa on that. Thybulle just kind of slithers around him, man. He's got those super long arms. He only had 2 blocks on Steph, but he effectively had way more. Still, the actual blocks are nice. I have no idea what I just said. This is a great possession. Fights around the loony screen, stays on Steph the whole time, never reaches and bails him out with a bad foul or anything. And here's one more with about a minute left. He's on Steph in the corner, reaches in on Jordan Poole, which is playing with fire, but he recovered okay to the corner. They also managed to bother him on at least one double team in the fourth quarter, and that was huge. Looking at this one again, I think the best play would have been the simple one for Steph, where just throw it to Otto Porter, but tried to make a bit more of a home run. Now we head to Memphis, where the Grizzlies continue to have success without Ja Morant or Jaren Jackson Jr. in this game. They had 22 assists. We saw that off-ball action for Desmond Bane off the Steven Adams screen up top. Here, Desmond Bane's just hitting a contested three. His growth on offense continues to be nuts. Xavier Tillman rolled to the rim, and I think it freaked out the Rockets because Dylan Brooks got an open three. I remember earlier in the season, I was like, well, what does this team really have around Ja Morant? Well, it's starting to look like they're all right. I mean, it's a deep team, man. They got two-way guys. I mean, I'm sure a lot of teams would love to have, like, Kyle Anderson at the deadline. Don't know why they'd trade him. The DeAnthony Melton contract has ended up being a bargain. Tyus Jones is still a really steady backup point guard. Anyway, Şengün had 6 assists. I'm a big fan of this one where he has, like, 9 head fakes until he eventually throws it to Kevin Martin Jr. out of the post. And this one is some Larry Bird type stuff. He's under the basket, and he just throws it behind the back pass to Christian Wood right there. Speaking of passes, let's look at a couple from Jokic. This one, just a no-look to Aaron Gordon. The guy had like 3 fakes or whatever, but the entire time he knew what he was doing with it. And this one's great as well. This one's just like a tip pass right to Gordon. I mean, you gotta be kidding me, man. This looks easy from Jokic. This is not easy at all, dude.